But when you choose my Guaranteed Cash Offer program, you get to skip the staging, the showing, and all those repairs. So go ahead, call Local Mart today.
Count on Local 3 News for more local stories.
Oscar Wilde's most loved comedy comes to the stage at Chattanooga State for 3 performances only, and you don't want to miss it. We're talking about The Importance of Being Earnest. 2 of the show's cast members are here this morning. Jacob Taylor, who's making me feel smart, as I say, Algernon Moncrief. That's who he plays, and Sam Gross, who plays Gwendolyn Fairfax. Nice to see you both.
Nice to be here.
So here it is, the most beloved of Oscar Wilde's shows, his comedies. What's this? Tell us the plot. Who do you play? I know you play Algernon Moncrief, but who are you, Jacob?
So Algernon is kind of the comedic character out of this whole show. He's really the character who is connected to every single other character in the show. He doesn't really know what's entirely going on the whole time, but he's kind of he's there to, relieve any kind of, tension of some kind.
Mm-hmm. You carry us through scene to scene, basically?
Yes, pretty much.
We follow along with you.
Yeah.
So Gwendolyn, with a name like Gwendolyn, you can't help but be some kind of lady fair.
Oh yes, absolutely. Gwendolyn is, she's very much in love with Jack, who she knows to be Ernest, and she's very straightforward with what she wants. She wants to be with him, and that is basically the only thing she wants in the entire world. So she's very, very smart. I love her very much.
So how big is your cast in general?
Our cast, it includes about 12 castmates, but the entire production overall, there are about 25 people involved.
Mm-hmm. And that's very important. I could see your mind working, because you can't do these shows without the entire crew.
Oh yeah.
And the audience does not get to see them by person, but they certainly see the work that they put in.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So 3 shows. You open November 17th, is that right,
yes.
Sam?
Mm-hmm.
So you must be about to hit your tech week.
We are. I believe we have this week coming up, and then the week after that will be our tech week, and we open on Friday, November 17th.
So I know you went to Center for Creative Arts here in town for a while.
I did, yes.
You, Jacob, are an LFO graduate. So is either of you familiar with Oscar Wilde's work before being cast in this show?
Me, not so much. I do believe that I read a couple of his pieces in high school, because my English teacher was very much the person who was like, you need to know about this, especially with it being Oscar Wilde. But other than that, this is probably the first show that I've actually dug deep into and studied and got to know everything about it.
Well, I asked the question because it's in no way contemporary writing, but it's timeless writing. So as you got into the script and the character development that you're talking about, would you, as you went home to do your own reads, kind of have new meaning, hidden meaning emerge as you went through and kind of had those aha moments?
Oh yeah, when I was reading the script, you read it at first and you understand it, but you don't understand maybe all of the nuances just because of the language. But when you really dive into the script and the text, it's hilarious and it's very funny. Even when it's not written the way that we would speak, it is hilarious when you understand what it means.
Is Jennifer Wilson directing this one?
She is not. So the show is being directed by our guest director, Dan Buck.
Okay, so sometimes different directors can put kind of a modern twist on a classic. Are y'all doing that with this one, or are you kind of sticking to the original?
In a sense, I think we're doing a modern twist more in maybe the set and the costuming. I think the set is going to be a little more over the top and extravagant with big teacups and pastel colors, but we're definitely sticking true to the text and what that means, but we're definitely going to be playing around with kind of a more quirky modern aspect in the technical ways.
We've been, I can't think of the show that y'all recently did, but I know we had your castmates on here with us, but I can't remember which one it was, but they were telling me then that Chattanooga State used to have a repertory degree that you could get. They've kind of shifted that a little bit, but it's essentially a professional degree that you emerge with after 2 years. So y'all are about to launch. For people watching who have a child who loves the arts, would you recommend the program?
Oh, most definitely. Everyone who was involved in the program is very sweet, very loving, and they are just people that you can go to about anything that's going on. It doesn't have to be just about acting. If you have a question or if you have a very serious situation going on at home, they are definitely the people to go to. The three main ladies who are really heads up in the program are Jennifer Wilson, Sarah Michalika, and Brenda Schwab. And I would definitely suggest going to any three of them because they're just amazing.
Well, so when we watch you on stage, November 17th, 18th, or 19th, and we'll show you how you can get your tickets here in a minute, I know you're going to have such grace and poise and dimension and depth to your work, and yet you're very young. You're very young. So I'm sure you credit the training you've gotten for that.
Absolutely. I have learned so much about acting and professionalism and the industry just from being at Chattanooga State and from our main theater people there who Jacob mentioned. So yeah, it's been amazing being at Chattanooga State and learning all that there is to learn.
So would you consider this to be a plot that is kind of consistently like this, or does it take us a bit on a roller coaster of emotion?
So this story is very much up and down, to say the least. So in all, it follows the story of two bachelors, Algernon and Jack Worthing, and they live very ordinary lives. However, they get very bored very easily, so they decide that they want to pursue love interests. However, they do this by going under an alter ego of the name of Ernest, and both of them are doing this at the same time. I won't go into more detail and like spoil it, but just know that there are a whole bunch of plot twists that happen.
Okay, but are the two Ernests pursuing the same love interests?
No.
Okay, okay.
Two different love interests.
Two different love
Yes.
interests. Okay, so it's not like The Odd Couple where we're having, okay.
Yeah, no.
Tickets, I think they're general admission, right? So you get your ticket, and then the earlier you get there, the better seats you get.
Yes.
Is that right? So can you get them ahead of time, or do you get them at the door?
You can get them ahead of time, and you can go to www.chattanoogastate.edu/theater with an RE, and then tickets are $15. So you can get them online there, and then you can also get them for $15, cash or check at the door.
Okay, so your Thursday, Friday performances, is that right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, thank you, are 7:30, and then your Sunday is a matinee at 2:30.
Yes.
No reason that you can't have a chance to go and be whisked away to the romanticism and the Victorian era, I guess, of the importance of being earnest. Yes. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Break legs.
Thank you
so much.
What does searching for a Medicare plan feel like?
It's kind of confusing.
It's so complicated.
We get tons of mail, tons of calls. It's annoying.
eHealth is a less stressful way to find health insurance. To prove it, we found people looking for a new Medicare plan, and we monitored everyone's stress. Your mission today is to find a Medicare Advantage plan that fits you. Half did it by searching the usual way. On this side, you get to use everything on the whole internet, except you can't use eHealth. The other half did it by matching with eHealth. The people on this side, you guys all get to use eHealth.com. You can even call eHealth. On your mark, get set, go find a Medicare match. And you can find your Medicare match. Give us a call or visit eHealth.com. Now let's talk about why you'd want to call eHealth. Maybe it feels like you paid too much for too little. Maybe your current plan is changing, or your needs are changing. Either way, now is the time of year you can do something about it. Compare plans that cover your doctors, your